Right, so we're into our marching. So everybody should be marching next to the chair, and we're gradually building up our blood pressure, our heart muscle. The heart is a muscle. We've got to get that muscle working. The only way we can do it is not by slow sauntering around the streets in a slow walk. The only way is to do something extra, and this is extra. This is what we're doing. So now the blood pressure is building up. Our lungs now providing our blood with oxygen. We're breathing through our upper respiratory system, and now that oxygenated blood is starting to be pumped round and down into our lower limbs. And that's where we want it, because it's not being properly served by what we're doing all day, by sitting cuts off the blood supply. It's so important to get the blood into that area of your body, and the only way you can do it is when we start huffing and puffing. I mean, that is a test of the exercise you're doing. Is it cardiovascular? Walking around the street? No, it isn't. Is this cardiovascular? Yes. How can we tell? Because we're now starting to breathe more heavily. And we need to breathe heavily to get this. So if you're not breathing heavily, then just march a bit faster, swing your arms a bit further, until you can feel, I certainly can feel, that I'm breathing more heavily, and I need more oxygen. So I'm pulling that oxygen in by breathing, and it's going into my blood. My blood now is being pushed down to my legs and down into my feet and down into my arms. And that's really now working. We need a proper warm-up. We need our body to be woken up. It needs to be refreshed. It needs to be energized. And we're saying, our brain is saying now this morning, we're going to work, and we're going to feel the benefit of that work. So if we huff and puff, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, it's a positive thing, something we don't do all week. This is the only time that we do it. And it's so simple, there's no danger in this, there's no injury you can get from it, and yet it's just simply a superb cardiovascular exercise. That's very good, and now we'll just do this small variation we used to do, which is just widen your stance, marching with a wider and wider stance, and then marching back in, and marching back out again. Wide as you can, and back in again. Excellent. Right, now, whilst we keep marching, we're going to combine the two exercises. We're going to put our arms out and rotate our hands, as though we're drawing a circle on the whiteboard. Nice big circle. The only thing that's moving are our hands and our wrists. Apart from our feet, which we're still marching, hands and wrists are moving round and round in a big circle. This, put your hands right back and then rotate it. Hands right back, rotate. Hands right back, feel the stretch, then rotate. Hands right back, now rotate in the opposite direction. Round and back. Hands back, rotate right round. We're mobilizing our wrists, so important. A slight fall, injuring your wrist is so painful and so long to heal if it does. And now we're going to stop our marching, hold the chair, put one leg out, and rotate our ankle by moving our toe into a big circle. Our toes round, the whole foot round, keeping the leg absolutely still. So we're going round and round. And when you do this, I feel if the leg is out, that I get the benefit of the quad exercise. These are 4 strong muscles down the front of your thigh. So not only are we getting the benefit here of the rotation of our ankle, but we're getting the benefit of this quad exercise. Now, there's no gain if it's hurting you, no gain from pain. but there is gain from strain. So if you're being strained while you're doing that, please try and persevere. Let's rotate into the opposite direction and be tall as you can. So that makes it easier, everything's easier. Now put that foot down and the other foot out, and we're going to rotate our ankle in the biggest circle as we can make it. And now we're breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Try to get the biggest rotation you can of your foot. Really feel your ankle as being mobilized. Now in the reverse direction, really round as far as you can. Feel that ankle really being worked. Get it as flexible as possible. Very good. And now we're going to do calf raises, both heels. We're going to rise up from the ground with the feet on the ground. So we're not going to levitate, but this is the nearest we can do to levitation. So nice and straight, hips tucked in, tall, couple of deep breaths. And now we're going to rise up. Rise up, my people, and slowly lower down with your heel. Rise up. High as you can make it, full stretch, tall as you can be, and very, very slowly lower your heels to the ground. Up again. And this is strengthening your Achilles tendons and the calf muscles, and also the back of the knee. But keeping these in good order, keeping them stretched, keeping them strengthened, you're ready for any situation that you might accidentally find yourself in. Other people will be injured, you won't. But you've got to work, you've got to invest our time and effort. Everything needs an investment. Without making the investment, you can't get the interest. And this is our investment. It's the strain. Keep doing this. We do two more. Slowly up, slowly down, slowly up, and slowly down. Very good. Let's give ourselves a shake. Shake out at that. Everything's nice and loose. And now we're going to do some standing hip marches. So we're going to raise our knee higher than we did when we were just marching. So let's raise our knee alternately as high as you can make it. You can hold the chair if you feel more confident with the holding the chair. But the most important thing here is the raising of the knee. Now, we want to stop there. We're going to raise a leg and then point the toe down and then point it up. Point it down, point it up. Put that leg down, raise the next leg, knee up, point the foot down, up, down, up. Back to the first leg, raise the knee high as you can, point down, point up, point down, point up, leg down, and lastly, this leg, knee as high as you can make it, point down, hard as you can, really push the toes back so the ankles stretch, and now raise the toe as high as you can, stretching the ankle. Excellent, that's very good. Right, so now we are going to roll our hips in a full circle. So it's very, very simple, but except we want to keep all of our body tall and upright. And we're going to breathe. And we're going to just move our hips around, facing forward in a big circle. Facing forward. What was the ring they used to do? Was it hoopla? Or
yes.
what was it called?
Yes,
the ring.
Hoopla.
Was it hoopla ring? Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Round and round. Now feel your hip joint going out. You're going back with your lower back, round to the other hip. Forward, push forward with your hips. Because you're making a circle, remember, needs to go forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. Hold it there, and we'll reverse the order. We'll go in the other direction. Down to the other way. Forward. This is loosening up the hip, loosening the lower back, all the parts of our body that are locked into position when we're sitting all the time. By doing this, we're loosening those parts of the body. Excellent. Now we're going to sit on the chair. We're going to do our weightlifting, which is sit to stand. We can do this anytime during the day, and I do recommend it as an exercise because you do need to stand up from a chair and just think before you do it. And I often forget, I must confess, but I should think every time when I get up, this is an exercise, and I'm going to do it smoothly. So it's head forward, arms out, and up. Back down. Now this time is a variation. If we put our knees together, okay, and let's see if this helps us. So arms back, head back, take a breath, head forward and up. I actually find that easier. Lower down with your feet together. Same again, take a breath. Head forward, arms forward, and up. And lastly, we sit down. This time we're going to do it without the use of our arms. We'll keep our feet together, knees close together. We're sitting around somebody's dining room table. We need to get up. We're going to get up gracefully in a composed way. We don't have our arms flailing around, knocking glasses over and all the other things that could happen. We're just going to get up smoothly like that. So we've got our legs together, arms to the side, we lean forward and push up. What could be more graceful than that? And it's safe as well. So excellent. Now while we're seated, we will sit down again. We're going to do our arm curls. I've got 2 bottles here. These are now very well shaken bottles. We're going to do a curl, which is from our thighs up to our shoulder, arm curl. This is the biceps now, and down slowly for our triceps. Up for our biceps, down for our triceps. Stop there, take 2 breaths. Now breathe in and then out with the effort. So in. Sorry, I got that mixed up. Right, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Now we're going to segue into a shoulder press. So we go, breathe in, up to our shoulder, and then breathe out. Down to our shoulder, down, breathe in, curl, press, and breathe out. Lower, down, breathe in, curl, press and breathe out. Lower, breathe in, curl, breathe out. Lower, breathe in, curl, breathe out. Lower, come back down. Now we're going to go into our Olympic sport. So as we know, we're going into rowing. And with rowing, we're seated now in the sliding seat that goes backwards and forward as we row. The whole team of us in there, we need to be synchronized. We're all going to do this together. So the boat is going in that direction. We're facing to the back of the boat. We lean forward and pick up our oars, lift up the oars so the paddle goes into the water. And now we pull back slowly. Now the boat's moving. Press down. Now the paddle's out. Press forward, up, pull back. Of course, you can do this seated as well as standing. So down and push forward and up. Now we pull back with a stroke. Pull that water back. Down, arms forward, lift the oar. Paddle in the water, pull back, down, push forward, up, pull back, down. Now breathe in. Push forward, up. Now we breathe out with the effort. Down, breathe in, forward, up, back, out with the effort. Down, forward, breathe in, up, out with the effort. Excellent. And now we're going to do a breaststroke. So we're now in the other part of the Olympic Games. We're now in the water. We want to go smoothly and as dynamically as possible with the most efficient stroke. So in the praying movement, we push our arms out, keep the hands together, roll your hands around, take the catch like this, because we're going to pull the water back towards us, so we go forward, pull back, pull back, pull back. Back together again, our hands, push forward. We're gliding through the water now with a stroke. We're losing momentum. We roll our hands, catch the water, and pull back. Back together, forward. We're gliding, roll our hands round, catch, pull back. Excellent. Try to get as big a reach forward as you can so we get the biggest stroke, but we don't want that stroke. That's the old-fashioned stroke. We want an efficient stroke, which is to roll your hands here and pull back like that. Together, push forward, roll your hands and pull back. So the next thing we're going to do is the boxing. We're now in the boxing contest. Ring the bell. Seconds out. Michelle is okay. So now we stand sideways on, least showing to our opponent. We put one arm out, fist out. This is stay away. This is my jab. And then we cover our face to defend ourselves. So now we jab, jab. Keep it in a straight line, not out like that or not like that. It's got to be in a straight line, everything's straight. We're all in a straight line and lean forward with the jab. Another jab. Now, as we learned previously, we're going to make 2 jabs and then an uppercut. So, jab, jab, change hands to defend your face, round and down, uppercut. Change hands to defend your face, jab, jab, change hands to defend your face, round and uppercut. Change sides now, we're doing the southpaw stance. So the other hand is now defending your face and the other arm is pointing forward as the jab. So we do 1, 2 jabs, hand back to defend our face, round and up into the uppercut. Once more, jab, jab, defend our face, right down and round into the uppercut. Excellent. Right, very good. Now, we've now got a medal. We've earned a medal. We're on the podium. But as you know, the podium's high up, and the man giving the medal, putting the ribbon around our neck, is down there. He's got to reach up. So we need to help him. So what we're going to do to get that medal is going to do it very gracefully. We're going to put our chin on our chest, and we're going to roll our back down, sliding our chin down our chest, so that one vertebrae at a time is bending in our back. We think about that, think about every part of our body, which is Pilates, and now we are going to think about those vertebrae at the top of our spine. So head down, and then slowly roll down. Head going down, fingers going down the side of our thighs, rolling our back, feel that vertebrae. Move one vertebrae at a time. Let's see how far we can roll down. Keep rolling down without leaning forward. Rolling down. Now we've got the medal around our neck, and we're going to roll up. Chin to chest, arms sliding up your thighs, hands sliding up your thighs. Slowly up, slowly up, slowly up. And now we're level again. Try and keep our shoulders as relaxed as we can. So we'll try that again. Let's take 2 deep breaths. Now, in. Now, chin to chest, hands to thighs, shoulders soft, and roll the vertebrae down on your back, one at a time. Your back is only bending at the top, nowhere else. Bit by bit, it's going down. Your chin is going down as far as you can bend that upper back. Roll slowly up, keeping each vertebrae, put it back where you found it, one on top of the other. Excellent, we've now got our medals. So now we're going to do a ballet class. So we now take the chair, and we do this either 1 foot forward and tap, 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 tap round in a circle, tap, 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 tap back, or we'll go the extra stage if you wish. You could raise your knee, and we will then slowly move our knee around. This exercise, of course, is opening our hips. We want to open our hips. We don't do this in walking or running or cycling. None of those gives us this exercise. The exercise of opening our hips. That gets a bit tiring and you want to go back to tapping. That's quite all right. You can mix the two if you want. So we'll go up and then opening our hips. Of course, we're tall, we're ballet dancers. And now we're going to put our hand out, stretch your arm out, long limbs, ballet dancers, tall, graceful, balanced. Open our hip. Excellent. Now we'll do the same on the other side. We will tap, 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 tap in a circle. Tap, 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 tap back. Remember, what we're trying to do is open up our hip. Here. This right hip down. Tapping it back. Now, if you can, raise your knee. Otherwise, keep tapping. And just move your leg outwards to open your hip. Come back. Everybody will have their own limitation. But don't worry, when you've reached the limitation, give it a little bit more of a push. That's the point that matters. It doesn't matter how far you can move it. What matters in the exercise is where you get to the point where it says, this is straining. And that's the point where you give it another little push against it. That's where the benefit comes. Put our arm out, then round again. Come back. Excellent. Now we're going to do our modified burpees. So, as you know, we go to the back of the chair. And we're going to go back, both feet back. Push the chair up against something solid, like I'm going to do if it slips. And this is the exercise of pushing our bum down. This is the main exercise, pushing your bottom down towards the ground to make it straight as possible. Now, in order to do that, our lower leg muscles have to stretch. The back of our knees have to stretch. The hamstrings have to stretch. Our abdomen, these muscles here, are now taking the strain. The further we push our bottom in, you start to feel the abdominal muscles strengthening. And this is called a core exercise. All those vital muscles, all deep muscles around here, they are supporting the back, supporting your body. If you can strengthen these, then you're really going a long way to making yourself healthy and safe. So it's worth investing a bit of strain into this and pushing your bottom down a little bit further, because that is when the benefit starts to kick in. And of course, by keeping the muscles in good condition, it's not just now, it'll last all week and months ahead. Okay, so we'll come back to standing. Okay, let's just have a little shake out and do that once more. Back on the chair, legs back, heels on the ground, bottom, push forward. This is the exercise. Bottom, push forward as far as you can make it. Make it straight. So you should, with your heels pushed down hard, you feel the muscles in the back of your calves, back of your knees, back of your hamstring, that's the back of your thighs, bottom pushed in, and your abdominal muscles are now having to work. They're having to work to hold you in this position. And that's strengthening. It's called dynamic tension. Using your body weight, your own weight, to create this exercise. Excellent. Well done. Little shake out. Now we're just going to the I've just been arrested stance, and we're going to stretch our chest muscles and back muscles. So here we're going to move our elbows back as far as they can, trying to get our shoulder blades to touch each other at the back. That's stretching our chest muscles. So that's good. And now we come back together and put our elbows and hands together. This is opening our back, shortening the muscles on our chest, and back again. Push it all the way back, shoulder blades pushed together, and then back again, elbows and hands touching. Slowly back, shoulder blades touching, round again. The last one, round, make this one count, shoulder blades together, push round, together. Excellent. Right, and now we're going to the meditations and wellness section to finish with. So we'll sit on the chair and make ourselves comfortable, feet flat on the ground, arms rested or folded in front of you, whatever's comfortable for you. We're still going to keep a straight back. And we're going to do what a computer does, which is we've pressed the refresh button, which makes it shut down, reboot, and refresh. All the confusion is now pushed out and make a fresh start. So now we're sitting down comfortably, and the first thing we do is we take some deep breaths. So, in through our nose, out through our mouth. While we're doing that, I can tell you that I read this morning about how our autonomous nervous system works. We have two sides. We have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic. And the sympathetic nervous system says we're always ready to run, we're ready to fight, we're all already tensed up. And the para says calm down, relax, we don't need to worry. And so normally in life, we're like this the whole time. Some people are more like that, and others more like that. But we can control it. I read this today, is we control it with deep breathing. So whenever you're feeling tense and you want the sympathetic nervous system to calm down, then this is what we do. Slow, deep breathing. And let's just roll some unwanted tension out of our shoulders. So just up and round in a circle. Sitting deeply in the chair. Round in the other direction, nice and soft, not an exercise, just the tension's going. Put our chin down to our chest. Just roll our head to one side. Down to the other side, down to the other side, back, and back at that. Now we just lower our jaw, from side to side. Releasing those tight jaw muscles. And now, we're going to enter into a period of calm, peace, and of tranquility. We could just find a fixed object to look at in front of us, to take our gaze, and all we can hear now is our breathing. Our feet are heavy on the ground, our legs are heavy. The soft body into the chair, shoulders are down and relaxed, arms are heavy, neck and face muscles are totally relaxed. We are taking a moment. We're taking a moment out of the day. Taking a moment entirely for ourselves, but in the present. Not the past, not the future. There are no tasks. Simply suspended. We can try and find a space in our mind that is empty, free of clutter, free of any noise. You may get thoughts come into our mind. It's hard to keep that space in our mind empty. And when we get those thoughts, hear them, but let them fade away. We're in our safe space. This is for us, each of us. Created our own environment of peace and calm. Now, let's close our eyes. And slowly open our eyes. Take some deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth. We're now ready to enjoy the day. We're now refreshed. We've got spring in our step. We've got the exercise behind us. We've got the benefit in our body. And now we can all rise up in the way we know how to. And a big clap for everybody. Thank you everyone for coming. Absolutely brilliant. You're all so good. And I really feel we're all improving.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ivan.